Tournament yet again. Illinois, can they contend for the Big Ten and beyond? It's a New Year non-conference statement game in Chicago. Yes, sir. Big finish. Dreams to come true. As good as it gets. Happy New Year from Chicago, and welcome to the United Center, where today it's a matchup of Gonzaga and Illinois. Good afternoon, everyone, and happy holidays to all of you. Don Criqui with Bill Raftery. Gonzaga has been a perennial NCAA tournament team. 11 straight years the Zags have gone to postseason play. And now we're going to find out if they're as good as years past. This is a big test.
How about the traveling? I mean, they are excellent, and they're good come postseason because they're not afraid to play anybody, any place. Of course, frequent flyer numbers are up for Mark Few and his guys. They'll be a little bit fatigued. The beginning of the game is very important for them.
In the back line, Matt Bolden is the key guy for Gonzaga. A good scorer, a good defender, and a team leader.
Talented. He understands the game. He can get in the lane and create for others. Gives it up beautifully. I think the biggest asset he has is bringing a smaller guy down into the box to either finish or find a partner. Of course, when you think of Illinois, the bigs have to provide an extraordinary lift. The ability to shoot outside. Tisdale on the pick and pop is extraordinary. Davis, a guy that can go inside or step out. They need a big performance today.
And now, Bill, let's check the AT&T in-game analysis.
The pause, you've got to be refreshed by getting some offensive rebound. I think Illinois gives up a lot of them. And, of course, the bigs for Illinois, they're going to have to do a great job to bring in this new year correctly. They need some numbers. And, of course, Bolden, a guy we mentioned, has to do a lot of things well for Gonzaga to prevail.
Both these teams coming off impressive wins. The Illini beat previously unbeaten Northwestern their last time out, and Gonzaga dominated Oklahoma. The lineups and the tip-off are next after this word from your local station. CBS Sports College basketball coverage is sponsored by State Farm. To us, nothing's more important than being there. Sears, life well spent. And by Bud Light, with just the right taste that's not too heavy, not too light. The difference is drinkability. And here we are at the United Center, sold out, 19,000 plus, standing room only. The Illini and the Bulldogs of Gonzaga. Mark Few, the head coach of Gonzaga, has done a tremendous job there in his 11th season. The NCAA tournament's a regular stop for them, Bill Raftery.
Yeah, he's consistent with his team, no question about it.
We look now at the starting lineups for the Zags. Dimitri Goodson, a very quick guard in the backcourt. Bolden's a big scorer, very, very good player. Stephen Gray is coming on. And you go up front, and Elias Harris, a terrific freshman. And Robert Sacre, the 7-foot center in the middle. He's a sophomore. For the Illini, Dimitri McCamey working in the backcourt right now on the pre-conference schedule. Yeah, he is averaging 5.6 assists a game. That's #1 in the Big Ten. Mike Davis, a very strong rebounder, and Tisdale's coming off a career game. He had 31 in that win over Northwestern. The previous unbeaten Northwestern Wildcats falling to Illinois. The Big Ten opener for both. There's Bruce Weber, head coach.
Bruce's biggest concern is his defense. Are they going to improve as the year progresses? And the one thing about the Zags, Don, a lot of these guys can put it on the deck, get in the lane, and be very creative.
Well, Bruce Weber last year, that was their calling card. Great defense, as you know, Bill. They led the Big Ten in scoring defense, allowed just 57 points a game. But their best defender has graduated. And now we're ready to go. The Zags in blue are officials. Dick Hartnell, Mike Reed, and Deron White.
And Don Criqui. The Zags go.
And a man it is. They'll play some 2-3 zone as the game wears on.
A lot of motion, a lot of pick and pops by the Illini.
Illinois comes in with a 9-4 overall record. 1-0 in Big Ten play. This, of course, a non-conference matchup. McCamey, line drive jumper, rebounded nicely by Elias Harris, and here come the Zags.
Sacre did a great job standing Tisdale up. He doesn't like those big bodies around his legs.
Here's Bolden. He'll drive if there's a gap.
And Bolden's got a perfect match at it. Now they switch back.
Harris shot no good, but the Zags come up with the ball. Then they lose it. Here is the freshman guard who's played so well. DJ Richardson, and now it's turned back over to the Zags. Coming full speed ahead on a 3-on-2.
Harris is tough, and he puts it on the deck, crossover. He manufactured a post up the last time. Very tough guy to defend against.
He's a freshman from Speyer, Germany. His dad, and member of the U.S. Army. Sam Tisdale, that's his first. Harris has a couple of good games recently. Monday, 22 and a win over Eastern Washington. Early December, he had the 24 and 12 rebounds and a win over Washington State.
Well, they can score. That's the one thing this team can do. They get up and down the floor. They can beat you with threes. Last night, a number of them against Oklahoma in an outstanding win.
Both these teams have shown they can come from behind. Illinois had some fantastic wins. They were down by 23 at one point in the second half against Clemson. Came back and won.
Some comeback. It really was outstanding start to value the ball. They turned it over early against Clemson. Pin downs.
Mark Fuse, the big thing is we have to really press up on them on defense because they've got big guys that we don't have the height to match up with. Got to deny.
I'll tell you, Illinois has got to get something going to the rim. They got Tisdale off the ball, knocking Sacre down. That doesn't seem fair. The skinny guy.
Tisdale just got his second bill.
That changes everything for them.
Young man who trying to build him up. They had him a 6,000 calorie a day diet. Put on 40 pounds.
You see the two of them just teeing up, and Tisdale just really fighting for position. That's one of those they're going to just let go, play on.
There's Bolden, not quite enough on it. And a push off underneath, looking for rebounding position. Sacre is called for the foul. His first.
His first, team's first.
Bolden, as you know, Bill, suffered a concussion earlier and seems to be back in good form now.
Well, Mark thinks he's doing very well. I felt when I watched the Duke game that he was still struggling. It was his first game back from the concussion. His numbers aren't the same, but they feel he's comfortable and playing well.
Richardson had the ball knocked out of his hands and will be back inbounds to the Illini.
Check those numbers out. You can see a disparity of sorts. They need him to perform at a high level. Oh, not a. It's an easy goal, just stripped on the.
Good defense by Illinois as they had Bolden the drive. I asked Bolden, Bill, what the difference between this team and last year's is that this is a tougher, grittier, more aggressive Gonzaga team.
Yeah, they run down the rebound. This time Illinois is having trouble with his offensive glass. Not too bad. A lot of guys can burn you. Stephen Gray puts it on the deck when he has to, and also can burn you deep.
Goes outside the pro arc. He wants that. Good pass sets up the shooter. Doesn't go.
Keller can make those, but they've got to get something going at the 10. Sacre, a guy likes to go to his right shoulder when he's on the box. Over his left shoulder, I should say, with the right hook.
Mark Few, Zaga coach, said their opinion on moving the ball against this Illinois defense.
And they're a better team when they do that, Don. Get it on both sides of the floor.
The three rims out for Brandon Paul, a very good freshman player. Big guard.
They have not put their foot in the painted area. Oh.
The shooter is left open. Elias Harris, the freshman, now has 5. And an 8-0 for the Zags on the road.
Tough shot. At least it's around the rim.
Gonzaga, Bill, of course, talking about we've got to get off to a good start, and they're doing that.
Too easy a catch, Don, in that low area. They don't look tired, do they?
No, they don't.
Oh, yeah, very fresh.
At the end of this trip, going back to Spokane, Gonzaga will have traveled in the pre-conference schedule over 16,000 miles. Bolden not getting any good looks yet.
Look at this. What an entry pass from the top. Harris and Sacre, the quick timeout by Illinois. Not excellent D, not harassing the passer. and letting guys post up.
So the Bulldogs of Gonzaga come out running and scoring and take a 10-0 lead on Illinois. Don Criqui with Bill Raftery back at the United Center in Chicago. Fast start for Gonzaga on the road. Poor shooting bill for Illinois.
Unbelievable. And deep shots, too. Not really getting any rhythm. One turnover. And I think that timeout is basically to do some things at the rim. Pin your guy down, try and lock low, and get to the foul line at least on one of these trips.
Bruce Weber's team off to an 0 for 7 shooting start.
You would think if anybody's a little out of sorts, it would be the Zags.
Yeah.
They're right on top of their game.
Really are. 2 nights ago, they played in Spokane when they beat Oklahoma by a big margin.
Look at this defense. Keeping everything outside. Going to the ring. That time, huh?
DJ Richardson. Good-looking shot from Peoria Central High School, a freshman, and now right back the other way. The Zags strike as Stephen Gray strokes a long ball.
Nice run here, and Foster the big hands up to the gate.
Here comes Bolden leading a controlled break.
Well, they spread the floor.
Missed shot. Ball down off the hand of Stephen Gray, and the Illini looking for points.
Nice split. He does that very well, McCamey. With a counter, any sort of blitz or double.
Driving shot, I tell you. Gray's having a big day, Bill. He's off to an 8-point game already.
Well, Bruce told both of us last night he's not happy with their defense. You can see right there, no containment on the bounce.
First thing he said to us, we can't guard anybody.
He said different guys will mess up on different trips. Not as coordinated as you would expect from Illinois.
So, the Zags now with an 11-point advantage. 14:47 to go in the half.
Patino and his guys. Samuels, of course, the outstanding center up front. Edgar Sosa, Silva Gar, freshman guy. And this is the major story when you think of this game, though. Tisdale with 2 fouls. He's a big offensive contributor off a wonderful game the other night. Starting to feel his game and going to him. And now, without him, who is going to step up? I think it's got to be Davis.
Yeah, Tisdale with 31 points in his last time out, a career high in the win over Northwestern. Today, all he's got on the stat sheet is 2 personal fouls, and he's on the bench. Gray has been a force, and he continues to be one. He's now scored 10.
How about him? 18 2 nights against Oklahoma, 27 early in the year against Colorado. Nice hands here. Good coordinated, good call. They got it. Nice job by Kong, who's really started to play quite a bit.
And Gonzaga, Bill, going big. They've had Will Foster in the game, 7-4. He doesn't get a lot of playing time, but he's in there now.
Obviously, a guy that can distract and distort. Look at him on the inbounds. Reminds you of Phil Jackson a little bit in the old days with the big wingspan. Of course, Phil won a few games here.
Did indeed. Driving is Bolden. Offensive rebound put back up and down by Harris.
Elias is a kid that just bites you in so many different ways. Great understanding of the game.
19,000 plus at the United Center. Almost all Illinois fans, and they are quiet now as the Zags are off to a 19-4 start.
Fouls on the Bulldogs, number 34, Old Kong. His first, team second.
Foul on Kong.
How about the way Gray has started this game? Step out. You mentioned how deep that one. You got to get up and under him. He's a catch and shoot guy. He's a guy that can beat you off the bounce and attack the rim when necessary. Multi-dimensional, as a number of guys are on the perimeter.
So with the clock stopped, 13:43 to play in the first half.
I think they're checking on who the foul may be on over there.
I think they're
2 or 3. Okay. It's like the library here.
It is. It's very quiet.
I know when you're in the, let's see where the puppies are. Ooh. Yeah, we found out quickly. Refs do a good job at that.
And check carefully.
Richardson, a guy, Findlay prep. 33-0 last year. Unbelievable. Open floor, can hesitate and blow by. I love their young guys. It's just the defensive dilemma that they sometimes present for Bruce Weber.
Well, Bruce, as you know, Bill is a great believer in playing big games on neutral courts because that's where you play the NCAA tournament.
Yes, he's been here before in this building, and Tisdale on the floor too. They're gambling a little bit. I would go right at him. If he has Sacre, let him post up.
Weber was Coach of the Year in 05 when he took his team to the national championship game. Illinois losing to North Carolina for the title. Michael Jordan's son is now in the game. He's a good player. Jeff Jordan, a junior.
He brings a lot of juice down. He really gets in the lane, and now he's confident with his stroke. Starting to make shots on the perimeter. Vince Vandy had a nice game with 7 points.
And like his dad, a very strong defender. This has been the hot hand with the ball. Stephen Gray, he's got 10 already for Gonzaga.
Kong guy can make some threes.
Nice hustle. The ball. Kong gets it back. Up court to Sacre. Big guy launches.
How about that with some confidence, huh? Woo.
And a 16-point lead for Gonzaga. Bill Cole with the ball for Illinois. Here is Jordan looking for the place to drive.
Sacre, believe it or not, that first three for him. That's what they need. More of that. He has developed an outstanding array of releases around the rim. Both hands. Nice job here getting the Sacre because of Tisdale.
And the whistle stops play.
Inside with the dribble or the step in. He's gotten a little bit stronger. Nice little position here. And Sacre caught, and you just can't reach that length. That's a little bit, what did Bruce say? A little bit like Lou Alcindor in his UCLA days. Kareem, of course, in the NBA.
At the free throw line, Sacre from Vancouver, British Columbia, redshirt sophomore. There are 4 Canadian players on the Gonzaga roster, 2 from Texas. Mark Few goes all over to get good players.
Well, I think he loves Canada because he loves fishing also.
Yeah.
Double reason for going up there.
That salmon season going up in Vancouver. And Sacre with a good stroke, and it's now 24-8 lead for Gonzaga. Illinois shooting percentages, Bill, much like yourself at LaSalle. 25%.
Under 20, huh? You remember it. I can't fool you.
Here is the long ball by McCamey. Might not needed that. Dimitri McCamey.
McCamey said he loves playing here because of all the great players, including Jordan. It makes him feel good. He stepped up big there. Nice back cut.
He's great as a player. Stephen Gray is lighting it up. 12 points.
And Olenek with a nice give up, too.
15-point lead for the traveling Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Nice hit. Bolden got a piece down.
Tips it away, and Zags come back down quickly again. Bolden, he can light it up. He's been quiet offensively so far, but he's gets the hot hand. And right now.
You are right. As the little screen gets him free. They have so many weapons. It isn't one guy that carries this team.
Long ball the other way. Yes, Bolden, who just rebounds. Bill, are you guys tired from all this trail? We say we're playing basketball.
Well, he gets almost 5 rebounds a game. I mean, it's pretty good from your shooting guard. Nice cut by Olenek. How about that? You double, you pay for it. Bruce beside himself, both with some calls and his own defense.
Yeah, they are really moving the ball well, the Zags, and they have taken command of this game. Here's how it's gone for the Gonzaga Bulldogs so far this year. Bill, you were with them over in Maui and saw them win that.
Yeah, of course I wasn't as busy as they were. They played great basketball over there. Some wonderful. And then Bolden, that was a big thing. I think they came in to play Duke, and Duke was on top of their game. And how about Davidson getting to the free throw line again because of all the ability to put it on the deck. But they played great. Beat Cincinnati over there, along with Wisconsin and Colorado. This guy's done a great job because Dan Munson takes credit for starting it all. You know, he says he's the architect.
Yeah, well, he was an assistant to Dan for 10 years before he got the head job.
Well, he says he taught Mark everything he knows, so I guess he does deserve some credit.
Others will definitely be taking credit wherever you can with the way this guy's career's gone. And so with 10:58 to play in the first half, the Bulldogs from Spokane up 30-11, shooting 61% from the field.
Pretty exciting day.
It is that. Gonzaga, Bill Nye, has hit its last 5 shots.
Well, the defense hasn't been there. I mean, they've had great open and clean looks. Look at these catches in the box here. You just can't permit that. And this kid has become an offensive weapon. Power game, Sacre with the hook. That time to turn around, Jay.
Now, worried about the Zags not getting enough rest. You have to wonder if the Illini got too much.
They got in too early last night.
Haven't checked into this one yet.
Their season, though, the Zags, you know, they're accustomed during their career to playing all over the country. Now, that's his game, believe it or not. This kid, a terrific weapon, and they're putting him in the box area. When they run him in a screen and roll, he's even more of an impact on the game. Look at this kid.
Bolden off target on the 3. Rebound to Sacre. The shooter is set up. And we'll let him go from Goodson.
He's just not able to convert that jumper. If he could, nice extra pass by Bolden, unselfish. Cole in the game really puts a little spark into the play.
He can hook with either hand, the big guy, Tisdale. That one didn't go. Zags keeping the pressure on, Bill. They're moving the ball fast.
They get you down, try and get you in awkward positions to split you with dribble drive.
Bolden looking for a foul call, none forthcoming. Here comes the Illini with Jordan with the ball. McCamey with a line drive jumper. And the rebound is down to Ball Kong of Gonzaga.
Well, where you gotta, he did get stripped and tripped. But where are you going? Nothing there, bring it out. You notice Illinois, the pace that they're shooting, they're not reversing, not setting up screens. When you watch them play, they usually get it on side to side and get some good opportunities. Not so far today.
And McCamey, Bill, with his second foul on that last play. 9:12 to go in the half. Both coaches are going to the bench a lot. Olenek comes back in for the Zags. And Tyler Griffey comes in for Illinois.
He can shoot now. Nice looking prospect. Corner jumper. Gonzaga's been very efficient. No turnovers. Nice slip. Olenek, kid's going to be really good too. I like his game. He can step out and shoot it as well. 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah, Kelly Olenek from Kamloops, British Columbia, freshman. Foul on Paul, his first.
They did it for, you mentioned, they're not afraid to go any place. The last few years, they've been involved with a lot of kids around the country. They are a national program at this stage.
But what few has achieved, 11 straight for Gonzaga NCAA tournament appearances. That's remarkable.
That, and you think of him as 79%, the second highest percentage of an active coach. Roy Williams being #1 at 81. Great tribute to what he's done as well as his staff. Tough shot.
Launch, doesn't go. Brandon Paul, and now coming down with the ball is DJ Richardson, the freshman guard. It down.
They just have to get a pace to their game, become more efficient on the offensive end, into the lane, collapse the D, and then some good things can happen. I mean, this has been a real monumental struggle early.
It has. Olenek with his first personal foul, and that sends Keller to the free throw line. Zags got off to a 10-0 start on the road and have never looked back. Leading by 17 with 8:40 to play in the half. Don Cricky with Bill Raftery from the United Center in Chicago. Sold out over 19,000 here on a cold January day, just like the Chicagoans like it.
I'll tell you what, this morning was bitter.
Chicagoans consider this just a brisk day. Below zero chill factors, and now
nice job by Jordan just taking care of Olenek, who reached over the top. And they had a mismatch, the Zags. They didn't recognize that Olenek was on one box, didn't get it to him.
That was Olenek's second personal foul.
The one thing they do is get after it on the glass. You can see the toughness there of Jordan.
Replacing Goodson.
Jordan with the ball from Loyola Academy in Wilmette, Illinois. Many notable grads of that, including Bill Murray.
Your favorite comedian, huh?
I don't know if Bill made the 4 years, though.
No, in high school?
He's under review at times. Here now is Richardson. Looking to drive the baseline of the court. Long ball by Richardson. Way off target. He's a sharp shooter from the outside, or has been. 48% threes. So the Zags continue to lead the Illini 33-16.
Governor along with Don Fricky.
Thank you, Tim.
Hey, Don, as Tim would say, the iron is unkind to Illinois. They are really struggling. Whew.
Yeah, they've been having a problem on some shots hitting iron.
And rushing it, too.
Expert at coming from behind. We talked about that game against Clemson at Clemson when they came from 23 down the second half and won, and beating Northwestern. First loss for Northwestern this season in their last time out. Down by 9 in the second half.
Well, this is where it's going to have to start on this end. They have not been sound. Look at this, but they love Bolden, and a good job defensively. Is that Jordan once again?
It was Jordan again. That's the first turnover for the Zags in this game. First turnover.
Dimitri McKinney-Jackson for Illinois.
Here's how the Illini, the 3 top 25 teams ranked: Clemson, Vanderbilt, Northwestern.
I guess they lost to Utah, Bradley, and then Georgia on a neutral site in Missouri, who got after them in the half-court trapping.
McKamey, point guard, I talked to him before the game, and he said his main objective is to get the bigs involved.
Well, they've been shooting jumpers, so he followed through. No. There you go. Getting that big body close to the rim. Dominique Keller.
He's a senior, Dominique Keller, the last bucket, making it a 33-18 game.
See if they can put a couple of stops together, and that's key. This team is patient and gets the ball side to side. They're much. Look at this dunk, a nice deflection by Keller.
Richardson leads the break. To the basket by freshman Brandon Paul, and that gets a standing ovation at the United Center.
Gray giving it away at the rim, but all because of great post defense at the other. And right now, Illinois 9 and the Zags 1 in the last few minutes. And right here, it finishes with an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point delivery. Boy, their defense can help them.
The foul was on Stephen Gray. Yeah, that defense got that ignited. And at the free throw line is the freshman Brandon Paul from Gurnee, Illinois. He was the Illinois High School Player of the Year, Mr. Basketball last season.
Well, here comes the double, and he's going to make a good look. Well, one more pass, you got an open look.
Another takeaway by Brandon Paul. Lead to Richardson, another freshman. Can't get it down, and here come the Zags full speed ahead.
Numbers.
Great dish off, beautifully done by Dimitri Goodson, feeding Bolden. And it's back to a 35-21 lead, a 14-point advantage. The Zags have led by as many as 21 in the game.
You don't want to go up and down with this team.
They can go up and
they
down.
can really scoot. Wow. I think it was off Bolden. They're going to change it, I think.
Official confab.
Yeah, I think Bolden got it.
Illini gets the ball.
Woo.
Here in a building known as the Madhouse on Madison, the United Center.
It has awakened. It is a good call, too, by the officials. Bolden just got that hand. He knew. Trying to beg a little bit. Well, I don't know. From that angle, looks like they both got a piece.
6:05 to play in the half.
Oh, look at this. They're running their little stack series with a curl. And McKamey before, you know, one of those passes, you've got to wait till your partner has some vision on the basketball. That time, Paul never got himself set.
Well, they made the pass, nobody home. That's a 5th turnover for Illinois.
Doing a better job on the post defense.
Gray misses the shot. He couldn't miss early. Had 10 quick points to key the big lead.
Nice screen. It's a funny release, isn't it? By Keller almost shot puts it, but they ran their offense. Look at the blow by Goodson.
And the beauty though, the way he knocked it down, Keller.
And Weber's got to be careful. Bruce really irate on the call. He can get into the lane, but he's got to value the ball when he gets in there.
Foul was on Mike Davis, his first.
And a little blow by. We got to push from the rear.
But the Illini have eaten into the lead. It's 21 point advantage.
Even emotionally, don't you think they're back in it?
Oh, I think
you
so.
see a different little spirit out there, more aggressive, more enthusiasm, more intelligent approach on the offensive end.
A lot of personnel changes, Bill. They're really working with different combinations.
Searching, right? I mean, you got it with the foul problems, particularly Tisdale and McCamey, yo-yoing them at times.
Dimitri Goodson from Spring, Texas. It's the second free throw. 13-point advantage now for Gonzaga.
Nice penetration.
Oh, nice penetration. That's how you get to be Illinois Player of the Year. The 10th that Illinois has had over the years.
He has been very quiet that time. Explosive to the 10.
He is explosive. He can.
Too easy here. Goodness. You can't let a guy dunk in like that. That's not Illinois defense.
That was freshman Elias Harris getting it inside for the Zags. Back up to a 13-point advantage. Jordan shoots.
Nice rebound.
Offensive rebound. Terrific play by Mike Davis, who had 20 points and 17 rebounds in the win over Northwestern.
Boy, that helps to cause those second chance opportunities. Refuses the ball screen. Look how easy this is, though. Oh, decimating off the dribble, carving area around the rim. Just the ability to duck in there like that, that can't happen at the major college level. You've got to be up on top, do your homework early, prepare, force the guy to go back, throw them, make them force it into a lob.
And the foul was on Jeff Jordan. That's his first. Olenek, a 65% free throw shooter. The offensive rebound comes to the big man Sackler. The ball is knocked away by Jordan again. McCamey leads a break.
Got numbers here.
Yep, 2-on-1. Lead. Good foul.
Well, Bruce is really, they're just calming him down over there. Jeremy Tower trying to calm the coach down. Well, this is all-out hustle. Illinois playing, competing right now. They didn't get that left arm. I don't know if Olenek had it clean either, you know.
It looked like, yeah, he was
sort of fumbled it a little bit.
What a good stroke at the line. And the Zags build their lead to 14. Has been as high as 21.
Well, it looks like the Illini have a wake-up call now. They're much more immersed in the game. Quality of play is improved.
Rebound comes down. Illinois.
And Jordan's really the guy that's given them a little spark, you know, a little more excitement.
Yeah, he plays tough, aggressive defense. Jeff Jordan.
And Davis filling it up. He can get you some numbers. Sacre just loading up. Steps. Oh, 3 seconds.
A 3-second violation.
A parking violation in the city. Call Mayor Daley. He's into it. Great interior defense, and the story with Tisdale on the Pines, it just eliminates your big scoring ability. Guy that can ring the bell.
And Bolden, a 15-point-a-game scorer, also a terrific free throw shooter, 85%. So he'll be heard from. A long way to go in this one. Zags still up. It's down to 12. Was 21 their advantage.
There's a little bit of a zone look now. It's got a 2-3 look, but at times it's shaped to where your people are. Force the deep shot. See if they can get active on the glass. Slash and turn.
Yeah, there's not a lot inside for these guys, Bill. The line on that's a good
Nice job. Nice flat. Made himself available. Good entry pass. And Jeff Jordan as well.
And the Illini methodically right back in this game. They've got a 21-point advantage for the Zags down to 10. Ray couldn't miss earlier. Now having problems in Illinois really contesting for the ball.
I'll tell you, they are back in this game, though. They're very aggressive. 10 at this point with 3 to go, but the ball movement, it's all because of Davis. He'll give it and then make himself available into the lane. Right there, turn, shoot, nylon. A 10-footer. We've seen him deep. We've seen him modest range.
And Bolden ready to inbound the ball now for Gonzaga.
Bruce is going to have to get a shower after this game. He has been all over it.
He's had his game face on.
Yeah. Well, of course, when your team plays as poorly as they did early, it just changes your whole personality. Look at this.
Ray.
Oh, my God.
That was too easy.
Oh. Uncontested at the rim.
Against a team whose calling card has been defense.
Traditionally, they've been extraordinary. Once again, Davis, the pop for a high-low.
Louisville at Kentucky is coming up today in the second college game on CBS. Is now a turnaround jumper. Missed the mark.
Good hustle here.
I'll tell you, Bill, a lot of the comeback of Illinois is really ignited by when Jordan came in the game, tipping the balls.
A big spark. Made entry passes, dribble drive. And Keller's another guy that's been solid. And again, Bruce has been searching. He's been forced to find some people.
Well, Illinois, like so many teams, with those hustle chart.
You know what they're talking about now? Did Davis's ball hit the rim? I don't think it did.
No.
We're going to take a look at it.
No, it was the dreaded air ball from our vantage point.
Bruce has been the sixth man out there.
So anyway, they're gonna check it again. The hustle chart, they call it the Matto chart at Illinois after the late Matt Heldman, who was a key player on their '98 Big Ten championship team, lost his life in an auto accident. But points are awarded for steals, block shots, deflections, charges, taken loose balls.
He was quite a kid too. Had the opportunity to do games, quite a few in the Big Ten in those days. See, the first shot looked like it was clear. It didn't hit the rim. They want to take another look, I guess.
Well, they can go to the truth machine. The tape will tell the story with now 2:33 left to play in the first half.
Yeah, see, it didn't hit anything from, at least from my vantage point. Hit the glass on the other side. And Dick Cartmel, the lead official, very well respected. A number of NCAA tournaments. Yeah, that's Dick. You can tell the way coaches talk to certain officials, the level of respect.
And the shot clock built down to 8 here.
Ball screen and a big jump. That helps him. I still like to see him get in the lane. He's got great shoulders and upper body strength. Attack that rim.
Junior guard Dimitri McCamey. Rebound. In and out. And rebound to the Illini.
Oh, they are right there.
You're right. Keller's really helped him at both ends.
He has. Getting under 10, it's a major hurdle psychologically. Harris, I believe, on the bump, but they're getting the ball to great spots. And I'm wondering if the zone is because of the travel and maybe the potential, the possibility of fatigue. A little hit in the shoulder, shake and bake. Get the roll, but good opportunity for two.
And the foul was on Stephen Gray of Gonzaga. Mike Davis at the free throw line. He's a comeback story this year. He's a junior from Alexandria, Virginia. He fractured his ankle in a workout in June, but is back in good form.
7 double-doubles this year. He can do a great job on the glass as well.
He was a prime mover in that win over Northwestern, 20 points and 17 rebounds earlier this week.
Yeah, how about the job Bill Carmody has done? Man, that team highly respected. There's some talented performers and still able to ring the bell. Thompson, point guard, does a great job for them. where they are getting the ball wherever they want.
Ball movement, Mark Few talked about when we talked with him before the game, and they're moving the ball well. Now down to Zachary.
Too easy.
Rebound down to the aforementioned Dominique Keller. 1:28 to play in the half. 10-point lead for Gonzaga. Led by as many as 21.
Nice play by Paul. How about that? A neck ball on a jam. Whew. He read the defender. He's got Sacre. His eyes light up. And just putting it down and attacking on that baseline. Right now, you got the big guy. You know you can go by him. Beautiful opportunity. Tough place to pick up that charge. The secondary defender was under the rim.
Yeah, Dimitri Goodson. That was his first. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Tim Brando and Seth Davis will get you caught up on all the day's action, and Seth will tell you his top 5 college basketball moments of the decade. That's coming up on AT&T at the half.
Oh, they're nice and warm back there.
Talk, Bill, about getting it inside 10. Well, it's down to 8, and these Illini fans are up and they're loud. 19,000 strong at the United Center.
Look whose hands were involved. Now they got a deflection. Wow. Well, Jordan got a piece of the ball, and they're saying no. A big break for the Illini.
Gonzaga didn't have a turnover for the first 14 minutes of this game, but they now have 6 turnovers.
Take a look at this. Does he get a hand? I thought he did. Yeah. Ball goes a different direction. Wow. And Bruce, they finally listened to him. Huh?
That's right.
He's been begging. It's not Sunday, and he's got the cup out.
And he's been selling hard.
Yeah.
Well, his team rallying back, and they've been good at that, coming from behind this season. And building their 9-4 record. Almost steps. 3-point try.
Nice job by Davis, though. Kept it alive. Fits into a nice hustle play. That Keller release. Oh, remember this in the outdoor shot put.
One of our guys took a shot down there.
Did they?
There was a guy next to our guy, quick feet.
House cameraman, maybe. One of the tough jobs in our industry, though, that baseline mini. Oh, ooh. Wow. A lot of people could get hurt.
Lalo's the man on the handheld camera.
He's more concerned. Now, this is a trooper with the equipment than himself. Personal injury.
Illini looking to inbound the ball. Have trouble doing it. Down by 8 after trailing by 21 earlier to Gonzaga.
Right now, I think it's a big stop for the Zags. You get the ball back if they stop them. Illini score and get your D set.
Rebound down to
They're going to go for
Elias
one.
Harris.
I think they're going to go for one.
Game clock and shot clock are about equal.
Illinois very concerned about giving up offensive rebounds. This is a key juncture. Get a shot with roughly 3 to 4 seconds, and the dark shirts chase.
Jeff Jordan, Bill, he comes with defense and it doesn't go away.
He is aggressive. Harris very good sneaking in for offensive rebounds, too.
A wild try at the half.
Brown gets a clean look.
Rims out. That's the end of the first half. With the score, the Bulldogs 43, the Illini 35. Now let's go to Tim Brando in our New York studio for AT&T at the half. Jimmy B.
All right, Don. Welcome back to AT&T at the half. Tim Brando along with Seth Davis. 10 years ago, we were wrapping up a century and also a millennium. Now we have a new decade to look back upon, and Seth, you're just the man to do it.
That I am, Tim. From the champions to the Cinderellas to the individual stars we'll never forget. Here are my top 5 college basketball moments of the decade. Mateen Cleaves went down hard, but came back to ease Michigan State's pain.
Cleaves, open 3. Yes.
Those are those that kill you. He hurt himself. He really hurt himself.
The lead was 6 when he left. He returns. It's 9. One of the greatest leaders the game, college basketball, has ever seen. And you can leave it to Cleve. He has reinstated the magic at Michigan State.
A baby-faced guard captured America's heart and led Davidson to the Elite Eight.
Curry, 4 to shoot. He's got a fire and does. That's another 3 for Stephen Curry. And here comes Richards. Finds a cutting Curry. Oh, my goodness! Young fella!
It only took 6 overtimes to decide the greatest game in Big East history.
It's 81 all, and we're headed to double overtime as we hit the midnight hour in Gotham. No, an OT3 is coming up. This is insanity at the Garden. And can you say 4 overtimes? Flynn, touch pass inside. Can Harris finish? No, 2 seconds left. Harris get it back, and he gets knocked to the deck. The ball's down, it's no good. 5 overtimes, and I did not stutter. 2 seconds left, now 1, and all it took was 6. 6 overtimes, and the Orange outlast Connecticut in the Big East tournament.
It was Patriot Day when George Mason shocked UConn.
Denham Brown, 3 to go. Denham Brown for 3. No good. By George, the dream is alive. George Mason, my goodness.
Mario's miracle put the Jayhawks in overtime where they claimed the title.
Kansas has made only 2 threes on the night. They must make one here to extend the game. Collins driving, almost lost the handle. Chalmers for the tie. Got it with 2 seconds. Unbelievable. Rock Chalk Championship. Kansas takes the title.
Hope the next decade is just as good, and you're actually courtside for some great moments.
Yeah, I think in my 14 years, the best day of the tournament, 4 lower seeds all advancing, back-to-back buzzer beaters by Western Kentucky and Drake in Tampa in 2008. Well, be sure to visit CBSSports.com tonight for a wrap-up of all the day's basketball action.
My kind of town, Chicago is. My kind of town.
At the half, Gonzaga leads the Illini by 8 after leading by as many as 21. And now let's take a look at the Coke Zero first half stats.
Neither team really ringing the bell deep, huh? Just struggling at three-point shooting by line. I just like the temperament of their team right now. The turnovers, respectable, and the points in the paint. You can see considerable difference with the Zags getting it inside and not finishing a lot of opportunities. Let's see what kind of spirit in the new year the Illini bring in this second half. And they're starting Jeff Jordan, which I think is a really, he played so well running the team. Why not?
Yeah, they started forcing turnovers, the Illini, after Jordan got in the game and got after the ball. And they also really kind of did a good job denying the three-pointers that the Zags were hitting early in the game when they built that big lead, a 21-point lead. And then to close the half, Illinois went on a 24-11 run to get right back in it. Up and down, and back down it comes to Dimitri Goodson.
Well, they ran their stuff beautifully, got a great look. Tisdale, no, not a good play.
McCamey. Up and down.
Now that's what you need. Baskets off turnovers. Early offense. Ran a good set, came up empty on the offensive end, and here helping your partner out. Nice reaction. And Bruce was talking last night about preparation, being in the right spot, helping your partner, developing trust. That's something they're trying to do early in the season.
Well, that time Bill Stephen Gray got his third personal foul, so the hot hand early in the game. And Gonzaga built the lead now, the foul problem, and it's down to a 5-point advantage for the Zags after they led by 21.
How about that?
Illinois early this season setting an Illinois record, rallying from 23 points behind at Clemson to win. Defense is tightened up. Now a good move inside, up and down by Sacre.
How about that anticipation of the double? Step right through with some power.
Again, ball reversal, back screen, duck in. A little more rhyme and reason to the offense, and Davis with the counter.
Well, that's a nice looking move by Davis. Drop step, and it's back to a 5-point advantage. Here's a reject, but a foul stops play. Like Tisdale got his third.
Wow, he got himself pinned, but look at this beautiful anticipation, stepping right through, knowing it's coming, but doing it before it gets set. And then unfortunately, Tisdale just turnover here on the inbound. Tisdale not ready defensively on Sacre.
McCamey to Jordan. And the Illini is back to within 3.
That name always seems to do well in this building, doesn't it?
Yeah, the name Jordan in the United Center. What history there is there, and now
a little charge, offered it up. Sacre.
That's his second on big Robert Sacre, the 7-foot center for Gonzaga.
And what anticipation by Tisdale. The quick feet by the big fella. Little zone look now. Again, they've done a nice job, particularly Davis flashing in the middle and making a good decision.
McCamey looked like a foul. Here's the long ball. Boom! We're tied at 45.
Waking up a little. Results with the timeout.
First tie of this game. Brandon Paul hitting long distance. So the Illini rallying back. They're on a 10-2 run to tie this game. With Bill Raftery, this is Don Prigge back at the United Center in Chicago, where over the last 12.5 minutes of playing time, there has been a 21-point swing in this game. The Illini down by 21. They've rallied back to tie the game with Gonzaga at 45 all.
I like to get Bolden involved in a play, and how about that ball screen, and then the little bump to get Sacre on the box. Very clever, great set off the timeout. That's why they win titles under Mark Few.
7 straight West Coast Conference titles under Few, and now here's a steal by Bolden, the head of the pack. Jordan comes to defend, a dish.
Tisdale again, if it is him. Wow. That could be number 4.
Yeah. Full hip shot.
Yeah.
It is 4.
How nice is this play? I mean, just so well executed and designed. The little exchange on the baseline gets Sacre free. Disturbs the defense, and Bolden with a very catchable delivery.
Gonzaga now looking to extend to a 3-point lead, which they do with another to come for Elias Harris, freshman from Speyer, Germany, averages over 13 points a game. And the big man Tisdale, who had a career game in the win over Northwestern in the Big Ten opener for both schools this week. Tisdale, 31 points in that game, but today 4 fouls, and he's on the bench.
You know, you'd rather play with him, but they played so well without him. 14 minutes in that comeback in that end of the first half, so they're very comfortable without him. Sacre has to move around on the floor, not be in the post area as much. He's not as good defender away from the basket. Here he is now. Can't get out and cover that guy. Davis that time.
CBSSports.com is your destination for complete college basketball coverage. Get the latest polls and predictions, plus commentary from college hoops expert Gary Parrish. It's all at CBSSports.com. 3-point lead, Gonzaga with the ball.
He's tough in here. He's tough. I mean, this kid's got shoulders and legs and power, and he uses it wisely. Little kiss to boot.
He's been quiet for a while, Bill. That's he now has 6 for the day, does Matt Bolden, who is a 15-point-a-game scorer on average.
Paul starting to light it up. Played AAU basketball for Dickie Simpkins, former Providence and Bull great. Bull player. I shouldn't say wasn't a great. There's so many other ones.
I saw Dickie in the hallway at halftime.
Yeah.
He's on the scene. 50-48 Gonzaga. Foul on Davis of Illinois. Mike Davis gets his second.
Nice hands by Keller.
Dominique Keller all the way down, slamming it down. We're tied again.
He energizes this team. Not a good pass here by Goodson.
Oh, I feel he energizes this building.
He sure does. Rock and roll. Boy, he came up big. Bolden thought he had a pass to the box, but the big fella went there, send it in. Well, because they're coming up big with those hands.
The Illini following a little quiet at the outset, maybe a carryover from New Year's Eve. And now they're rocking and rolling here at the United Center. And for the first time today, Illinois in position to take the lead.
Sacre now with a good entry pass. Nice
Great feed by Jordan. And the Illini takes the lead on the back inside by Mike Davis. First lead. Okay, it is loud at the United Center as the Illini has rallied back again from way down. The well-traveled Zags of Gonzaga logging 16,000 miles when this trip is completed. Up to this point, they really do zig and zag.
Gulliver has nothing on Mark Few.
Marco Polo.
They will go anywhere, and you have to wonder a little bit, maybe some fatigue, at least mentally. And this is a real challenge at this point. Who's going to step up? It's usually Bolden. Get it in his hands. He usually makes very wise decisions.
This Jeff Jordan is a tremendous defender. He really ignited his team.
He's played great. Absolutely great.
Bolden with a great move to the basket. Now he comes alive with a couple of buckets in the last 2 minutes.
Good stuff. Tough-minded. Can deliver.
And we are tied again, 52 all.
A little more zone, maybe because of that fatigue and travel factor. Middle is wide open on a flash.
In and out. Long ball by McCamey. Snatched down by Elias Harris.
No question about that one. Now, Paul's going to have to work hard on Bolden. He can beat him out and in. They get the switch now with Davis. Give it to Bolden with the mismatch. He can drive on him.
Bolden launches long, doesn't go. Here come the Illini. Jordan leads the break.
Great decisions he's made all day long. Oh, what a tip.
And another try.
Wow.
And one.
He brought juice early. Still maintaining it.
CBS Sports coverage of NCAA men's basketball will continue after this message. And a word from your local station. Lead.
And this guy probably one of the main cogs along with Jeff Jordan. Keller able to ring the bell up to 11 points. Great sub for Tisdale, who's played with foul problems all night, sitting with 4.
Bolden, they've defended him well outside. Few knew they were going to double up on him. And
nice denial. Look who it is. Keller with the runner.
McCamey. Illini by 4. Bolden dishes. The good looks, Bill. Few and far between for the Gonzaga Zags right now.
Goodson's playing at too fast a speed, but denial in the box area, and then the run out. McCamey with a strong ability to send it in, but all because of D, and something that Weber, Bruce, that is, has been begging for them to pay attention to.
Coach Weber's still up in very animated, but looking like he's feeling better about things. Well, he should be down by 21.
Looked like he had dinner with us with that indigestion. Nice pass.
McCamey.
Picked the zone apart with a baseline cut.
Illini defense is a big difference maker. The Illini have forced 7 Zag turnovers this half.
Oh, not a good look. Sacre didn't handle the double at all. This is amazing. It's sneaking right in here. You don't know who's behind you. You got to turn and face it, face the ball. Very difficult to be in the back of the zone.
Inbound, there's so many inbound. You don't see as many trick plays as you used to when you were coaching.
Well, I didn't have many trick plays. I mean, my trick was finding a place to eat at midnight. the big thing, a lot of teams play zone. That's why it's difficult. Even though this was man, nice step through. For a lot of reasons.
Elias Harris from Speyer, Germany. Son of a U.S. Army man. And he makes a good move to the basket. And the Zags, once up by 21, are now down by 4.
Bringing Sacre away, and a pretty wise move.
Enough on it. Bolden with the ball. Matt Bolden, senior guard from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, the key player on the Gonzaga team.
Davis did a pretty good job on Sacre. Look at this kid get to the ring. Oh my goodness, put it on the deck. Oh, quick, and explodes, propels off the deck.
He does some good things out there. Oh. 9-9 lead, cut to 2.
And a baby Don. I mean, he's going to get better and better.
Jordan shoots. Rebound to Gray, who was so hot early in the game, has been quiet since then. He was the key to building the lead. Long ball by Ball Kong, no good. And on full speed ahead for the Illini as McCamey strokes.
Look at this foul. They're going to wave the basket off. That whistle was before. They got a foul in the corner. They can't score the goal. No, they cannot score the goal.
Wow.
See the foul over there? The whistle went before that ball was in the action.
They should give at least 1 point for the spectacular.
It was exceptional.
We'd like to welcome all of those who have just joined us. We've got a wild game here at the United Center in Chicago. Don Criqui with Bill Raftery. Gonzaga on the road. Build a 21-point lead in the first half on the Illini, and the Illini have come roaring back. They won a game at Clemson this year when they were down by 23, and today they've rallied back to take a 4-point lead. And there's Jeff Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, who has been an igniter for the Illini. His defense really started the Illini on their road back.
Well, Bruce Rubber was forced because of Mike Tisdale's foul problems all afternoon to go with Dominique Keller, and of course in the backcourt to get Jordan to provide the lift. He has been sound.
Richardson's been quiet. He's a freshman guard, a stand-down player. He drives and builds the lead again for the Illini to 6.
Richardson and Paul, very tough perimeter guys, can bang it deep and also get to the rim.
Guess he doesn't have a three-point shot. He sure gave him a look.
I think it was Paul with the foul.
11:43 left to go in the game. The Illini up 62-56 at the sold-out United Center. McCamey to Jordan in this game.
And they got it going off the bench with Tisdale's foul problems. Others have stepped up in a magnificent fashion. None bigger than Dominique. Woo! As he provided a lift on both ends of the floor. Keller.
Raf, a 27-point swing in this game over the last 18 minutes.
And Olynyk answering. They're getting a lot of easy goals around the rim.
Now they go into their half-court sets as the game winds down to 11:20 left to play.
Yeah, nice job switching and exchanging bodies. Not a good entry pass. That forces the turnover. You got to bring it down flatter or reverse the ball.
8th turnover.
How about this? Ties, lead changes. Biggest lead, that 21 you referred to earlier. A great comeback. Great comfort by Illinois. What a tough delivery. They've made a lot of bad judgments. Dump it to the post.
A little bit more loft on it, Bill. He might have had a 3.
He scored a goal. Mark Few not smiling over it, though. Oh.
Last year, the Illini with the ball.
Cole, another guy in the game who can provide a lift, but none bigger than this guy, huh? Keller, a little kiss, rat-tat-tat-tat.
Illini was the best defensive team in the Big Ten. Allowed just 57 points a game. Lost some key players like Frazier, their best defender and MVP. McCamey on a breakaway.
Boy, sloppy. And right now, some of the mistakes being made by Gonzaga attributable to good defense by Illinois, but I think mentally fatigued, not making good decisions.
The emotion is back at the Madhouse on Madison, and the Illini are cooking right now. We're back to the United Center. Don Criqui with Bill Raftery as Illinois, which mounted a 23-point comeback at Clemson for a winner this year, has come from 21 down today and holds a 66-58 lead over Gonzaga with still a long way to go. 10:30 left to play in the game.
31 points this half. 24 have come off turnovers by the Zags. So talk about not valuing the ball.
Putting the ball in the sure hands now, Bill, of Bolden.
This is interesting, though. I mean, he's not a pure point guard. They're not as efficient when he's on the ball, but they have to go with him. They got to walk. Oh, they got a push off. Olynyk.
Olynyk not having a great time in the last couple of minutes.
Well, he did. No question about it. Good call. Cartmel saw that extended arm. That's all part of learning, though. He's a very talented, a lot of upside to that kid.
Well, he'll sit down, and big Robert Sacre will come in.
Moving Sacre around has helped. Keller's being guarded by him now. Look at them go for the ball. Cole really gives them a lift, too. Graham. They got a good call here.
Coming up next, it's a great game in Kentucky. It's a war within the state as Pitino's Cardinals from Louisville take on John Calipari's Kentucky Wildcats. 5 undefeated teams remain. That game coming up right here on the home of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, CBS Sports. Now we're down to 4. Syracuse lost also.
And everybody talking about those teams pretty good. Of course, the game coming up, you see some talent on both ends. Wall, Cousins, Patterson on Kentucky. Of course, Samuel Sosa we mentioned earlier. And this is dragging the big guy away. Unfortunately, coming up empty. Keller.
And Harris, Bill, is a guy who can elevate way over the rim to get the defensive board and down to Sacre.
Again, not ready with the denial. That's just from the top right down. That can't happen.
Last season, a conference record 7 Big Ten teams went to the NCAA tournament. 2 more went to the NIT, which Penn State won. Of course, Michigan State went to the NCAA championship game.
They got the timeout, Don.
Timeout, Illinois.
Well, they say it's too easy. It's too easy. You keep giving up baskets like this, you're going to pay for them on the scoreboard. Great hold of power strength. Get up and finish strong.
To the United Center, Illinois returning the top 3 scorers from last season. The Zags really rebuilding. They lost 4 starters from last season, including a first-round NBA draft choice in Austin Day.
They've got some good talent. Young guys are a big upside for Mark. And right now, they're reaching back. They have been struggling just a little bit, and Illinois has stepped it up, running more of an efficient offense, but going side to side with the ball more. This could be a buy out. Almost. They got the timeout.
Had to use the timeout to save a turnover. 9:19 to go. 6-point lead, Illinois.
This is a 30-second timeout.
McCamey Bill, top point man in the game with 16. He averages just under 14. We still have 9:12 to play.
And Tisdale in the game now. See if they can utilize him while he's in there. Well, he had the post covered. Dump it in. That's part of being inexperienced. Think he can make all those shots.
Yeah, Brandon Hall, the freshman. This is the long 3-point attempt. Zags down by 6. Looking to launch. Nothing there.
Gray with a nice curl. Nice hands off of him. I believe that was McCamey with the hand in there. If not, it was Davis.
Back over to the Fighting Illini. And that is 12 turnovers this half for Gonzaga. They went the first 15 minutes of the game without a turnover.
Amazing. Gonzaga shot the ball very well, 73%. But they're 6-point down. You know, it's unbelievable.
Well, there's a good looking shot. Hit the jumper off the dribble. 18 points for McCamey and an 8-point lead for the Illini. Sacre. And shoot over two.
Yeah, Tisdale really not much of a factor defensively. They should just keep going in there. Either you fouls or you get an easy look.
And the big guy, Sacre, he leads the Zags with 17 points today.
I have a lot of hang-ups, obviously, but one of them is you got Tisdale on the floor. Use him. He's got 4 fouls. Take advantage of him. Now, he hasn't touched it.
He only had 31, a career high in his last game, Tisdale.
Look at this. I mean,
they would look at him.
They got a charge, and Tisdale hasn't touched it.
Fouls on Illinois' number 1, DJ Richardson. His first.
McCamey off the dribble. Sweet stroke. And now Sacre against a double team puts the jump hook down. 6-point game, Illini. Thank you, Tim. A remarkable turn of events here today. Gonzaga building the 21-point lead, then Illinois rallying back, and now the pressure's on the Zags.
It sure is. Emotionally, can they reach back? Obviously, their travel plans impacting them in both areas, I think physically and mentally, and now a little 2-3 zone. I think this is the 8th time in his career, Bruce Weber, if my numbers are right. I remember I read one a couple of weeks ago. He did it the 7th time against zone. He's pure man-to-man. This is a gamble.
You and I, Bill, have been impacted physically and mentally by our travel plans.
Well, for different reasons. Unfortunately, we only have to worry about us, and they get the silly, they get Tisdale. Say goodnight. Again, they played very well without him, though, Don. Yeah, it's not a major issue. Keller's played well. He's coming right in for him.
He had 31, his career high his last game, and the big guy from Riverton, Illinois, whose dad called the coach and said, you got to get harder on the guy. You get him to, they had to build him up with a 6,000 calorie a day diet on that famed gain a pound a day diet.
I'll tell you, that's not one you want to foul out on. That's a little nickel dime. You got to be smart. Don't get your arms involved. 11 minutes is all he's been able to contribute today. But again, the bench has been superior, stepped up. They've been able to drag the bigs, particularly Sacre, away from the rim and do some damage. Let's see if Keller can continue doing that.
And today, Bill Raftery, he has a total of 4 points before fouling out and no rebounds after he was 31 and 11 the last game.
Well, he's averaged 17.5 against the Illinois teams, right? Northwestern.
Yeah.
As well as Illinois. Sacre again, loading up. See how tough that entry is? Because they're harassing the pass from the top. Ball screen.
Gray falling down. He was a tremendous force early in this game, leading Gonzaga to that big early lead. Gray, that's his first hit of the second half from the field.
And nothing Gray about his game, though. He can beat you in so many ways.
Junior from Bainbridge, Washington. He gets the rebound. Here come the Zags, down by 4.
Oops.
In and out. And the rebound to Mike Davis. Last year, the Zags, who've been in the NCAA tournament 11 straight years, they went to the Sweet 16 and were beaten by eventual national champion North Carolina.
Well, they've got a great tradition now.
Great delivery inside. Shot doesn't go.
Should go the other way. He was out of bounds when he touched the Keller.
Good look. That's exactly right. His foot was on the baseline of the court.
Of course, your favorite singer of all time, Bing Crosby, a graduate of the Zags.
Yes, he is.
You know?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
You and your White Christmas.
They're bingo. They have a statue of him on the Gonzaga campus.
Little double and a curl. What footwork this kid has. Step, step, jab, finish. Lucas.
He's a winning player. Bill Bolton telling us before the game the difference between this year's team and last year's is toughness, grittiness, get after it. And he is a physical guy now. Gonzaga on a 6-0 run to come back to within 2.
They got to run their motion, though. Don't be standing still right now. They look a little tired. Guys bent over a little bit. There's your guy. Wow, is he spacing, making himself available on that drive by Jordan, who alertly kicks it back.
Dominique Keller, the only scholarship senior on the Illinois roster from Port Arthur, Texas. Kick out, lots of ball movement. Bolden gets a clean look. Doesn't go, and the rebound's taken down by Mike Davis, who had 20 points and 17 rebounds for the Illini in their last game, a come-from-behind win over previously unbeaten Northwestern.
Don't be in a hurry now if you're Illinois. And toughen up defensively. Look at this kid. Another Davis this time. Keller out top.
Mike Davis.
Look at where he's catching the ball. Look where he caught the ball, right at the rim. Your centers run to the tin. You got to meet them at the foul line. Don't let them post up with that wide body. Sacra blue. And from the top, now, say goodnight, huh? Fortunate just to get the foul.
Foul on Keller. And he has 2. Big Robert Sacre from North Vancouver, British Columbia. 4 Canadian players on the Gonzaga roster. He moves well as 7-footer.
Because his dad, you probably covered some of his football, right? Greg LaFleur with the Eagles, Cardinals.
Yes.
And now the athletic director. Interested spectator. Those kids played very well.
He's got a nice looking stroke. Most 7-footers don't from the free throw line.
He's built like his daddy, don't you think? Broad shoulder, first time, 3/4 court, 1-2-2. Just a little wrinkle, and he may have walked. And a quick shot. Wow, what hustle.
It's Jordan again.
Almost came up with it. It's interesting, just that little wrinkle now. Why shoot it fast? Get yourself set.
Jeff Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, has really ignited Illinois when they were down by 21 coming off the bench. Defending, forcing turnovers, getting deflections, those hustle points.
His dad to be proud of him. Another double screen slip.
Well, they're quick to get double up on the ball.
Nice ball movement. Unselfish play by Gray. And Bolden delivered.
Today, Bill, Jeff Jordan has a career high 7 assists. Down inside of 4 minutes to play. And the Illini with a 1-point lead. They've led by 8, and they've trailed by 21. Davis.
Tough shot, a little too distant for the jump hook. And the Olynyk body out caused that. Oh, Olynyk sure he just whacked his guy. See how they pinned down there?
Finds a gap, and Bolden with a great look to the basket.
All that dribble exchange set that up. A little hesitation, put it on the deck and get to the rim.
And the question has been answered. Can the Zags come back? And they indeed did. They took the lead, and now the Illini take it right back.
Tell you what, the other end, just good basketball. Keller, so many solid plays, big ends coming down the stretch. None bigger than Matt Bolden stepping outside. Nylon by the power guard, and then the ability to put it to 10 and finish strong. And as we notice here, the biggest lead that Zags by 21. Illinois back in it, and of course now coming down the stretch. Who's going to step up?
Well, the bench points have been a big factor. The Illini getting 19 off their bench. Gonzaga only 8 bench points. And the 1-point lead holds for the Illini as now they'll run some clock. We're down to 3 minutes to play in the game. Maybe not. Maybe we'll go longer. This is a freshman guard, Brandon Paul. He's got the long-range jumper. He was the Illinois High School Player of the Year last season.
They try to pin down baseline bumps, flex cut for McCamey. And look at Goodson's speed to negate. Tough shot. Tough shot.
Missed it. That was a good
Who's
pass.
there? Who's there, though?
Jordan, and now before the shot clock expires, a long shot by Paul is no good, and here come the Zags looking to take back the lead, down by 1.
Oh, not it.
Jordan comes up with it. A defender back.
Had to switch to the right hand because of Goodson's defense. But the other end, Bolden really should have shot it himself. Here they come again.
Okay, the Scarrows can put the ball on the floor also.
That's what makes them a Gray's another guy. They can all beat you with the bounce.
Taken down to 2 minutes in regulation left. Illini by 1.
Not a good match for Bolden in here, I don't think. Too big, Keller.
Right. Knocked away. McCamey brings it back down court for the Illini. And Bolden.
And that's not a play that Bruce Weber wanted. Even though there was a bump, that's where McCamey has to take over.
You get the feeling, Bill, that somebody's going to launch at the buzzer in this one.
What a great comeback and effort by Illinois. And Zags hanging. That's tough. Nice step through.
They're good on these bank shots.
They just know how to play. They play loosely because it comes from the bench.
Stephen Gray with the bucket, 18 points for the day for the Zags.
Through Rice, Lloyd, these kids, they've been with them for a while.
1 point lead for Gonzaga. Now Illinois takes back the lead. Wow. Dominique Keller with 19.
Where's he been? He'll play a lot more.
Really having a career here today. 19,000 plus. United Center sold out. Great move to the basket.
Well, they have so many weapons in that box area. He's one of the better ones, Harris.
And again, the lead changes hands with 40 seconds to play. Gonzaga by 1.
They weren't organized, Illinois. Now, Bruce Look has to waste it, not in the right spots.
Right down to the horn, just like we like it.
One of the difficulties down with Illinois, when you really need somebody to get a shot, they run motion, so it's tough. It's sort of a team concept. So at some point, I think they're going to have to use some dribble to create. And who better than Jeff Jordan? He has been good finding cracks and getting the ball to the right people if, in fact, he's unable to finish himself.
Jeff Jordan, a junior, son of the Bulls great Michael Jordan. Coming off the bench today, really igniting the Illinois team when they were seemingly gone in this game, down by 21. The freshman driving hard, a great look, and then a reject by Harris, another freshman for the Zags. With a 1 point lead, they get the ball, and Illinois has to foul.
What a great defensive reaction. They cleared the side out. What confidence for DJ Richardson. He thought he had a wide open look, and right here, Sacre beaten, but boy, the support inside by Harris. Woo! Major rejection. A Madison special.
It was a Madison crazy. Looking wild. And another great game coming up, the second game, Louisville and Kentucky. They're on CBS. The home of the men's NCAA championship. Going to the free throw line is Stephen Gray.
Ooh, ice.
2 point lead for Gonzaga.
Now, big thing now, if you're Illinois, you're going to bring it and try and score quickly. You don't need the three. You get into the game. No matter what happens on this free throw, you got plenty of clock.
Illini with no timeouts left. They've got to play the ball now with 20 seconds to go and down by 3.
If you shoot the 3 and miss, it's going to be tough to win it.
There's a long 3.
Just a great rebound. Now you're stuck with the 3. Who better?
We're tied. 6 seconds. Goodson shoots at the buzzer. And we're not done at the end of regulation. It's completed the 40 minutes, and we go to overtime.
Keller let the house know he's king. Long live the king. Oh, what a performance. And right here, unfortunately, Goodson is not the guy. It would have been Gray, Harris, or Bolden, but you've got to take advantage as he did. And nice give back. And the inability to cover deep. Sacre just can't get out there, nor Harris.
You've been extolling him, Bill, all day, Dominique Keller, and he hits the biggest shot of this day. A tying three-pointer. He has 20 for the day, and we're going to OT in Chicago. 22 points today.
He's letting the coaches know he wants to play. He'll get a lot more minutes after this afternoon.
Mike Tisdale, the 7-for-1 center of Illinois, he fouled out with only 4 points and no rebounds. after scoring a career-high 31 in his last game against Northwestern.
Now Davis should be able to offensive rebound in there if there's a missed shot. He's got Goodson guarding it.
McCamey in and out, rebound to Bolden. As his presence, Bill, more and more felt as this game is worn out. Junior guard, senior guard, as he now gets the ball back outside to a freshman.
And they go right to the box for Bolden. You see, you might have to double.
Goodson, super
Nice
quick.
pass.
Sacre.
Looked at him tip to himself, Harris, and over the back on Harris. They'll go to the free throw line. He is a terrific offensive rebounder, and here Sacre just pulls the string a little bit, but tipping to yourself, that's a tough one on Keller as well. Little nickel dimer.
Well-traveled Zags of Gonzaga. 16,100 miles they'll have traveled to this point in the season by the time they get back on their charter to Spokane tonight.
And some people say Mark Few's been wearing the same suit all of those miles, you know? And they just love to play the best, no matter where it is. Mentioned their staff, Ray Giacoletti, of course, there as well. And with Leon Rice, Tommy Lloyd, they've been together a while. And kids just play.
And here's McCamey. Bill, he's been quiet for a while, but he's been a big factor for the Illini.
They got the mismatch, Bolden and Davis. And Bolden is stronger.
We're in overtime. Richardson, a freshman, launches. Look at that. Harris, get up. Put back, rebound,
got to push
down
off.
to Gray, and he was fouled.
I think Gray pushed off. That's what they got. Let's see. Yeah. And he's making
He's
that.
done.
He's making that long walk.
A long walk indeed for Stephen Gray.
On that weak side, you can just see that little discard, just enough. Brandon Poole on the inside held his position.
Gray was a most important Bulldog today for Gonzaga. 20 points before fouling out. And at the free throw line for Illinois is Brandon Paul, a freshman.
And a good free throw shooter as well. Middle 70s.
One of the best player in Illinois last season. Remember, coming up next, it's the war within the state as Rick Pitino's Cardinals to Louisville meet John Calipari's Kentucky Wildcats right here on the home of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, CBS Sports.
And Wall, one of those guys that makes plays, 7 assists, second to the NCAA. Should be a heck of a game. And we got one here.
We do indeed, and the Illini have taken back the lead by 1 in overtime.
Same set, cross screen on the baseline to a double. Here it comes again.
Bolden, who is more and more as the game is worn on, has asserted himself the leader of this Gonzaga team. Illinois, Bill, ratcheting up this defense. Bolden to the basket. A zag, inbounds to the Illini.
Nice interior defense collectively. Getting at the point of attack, stripping, and then the eventual deflection. Watch all the white shirts gather here, and then a nice call, too, by the officials in traffic.
And that is now 20 turnovers for Gonzaga. They didn't have a turnover for the first 12 or 13 minutes of this game.
Kind of time you want to gamble, boy. They got a block?
They do.
Yeah, under the rim. Double high, and McCamey turned the corner on the gamble. Now you see the double screens, and right there you set it up. You open it up for your guys, and that deep, refs aren't going to give you the call.
McCamey shooting 2, the junior, who is averaging 5.6 assists a game. In their last game, the Illini was down by 9 in the second half to Northwestern. Previously unbeaten Wildcats of Northwestern rallied back to win. The Illini earlier this year was down by 23 at Clemson, came back to win. Today they were down by 21 to Gonzaga. And they now have a 3-point lead over the Zags.
Might not be a bad time to use Harris or Sacre on the box. They've been riding Bolden. He might be a little fatigued.
Tough to get that entry pass.
Nice move by Harris. Unfortunately, It's still in play.
We're at the United Center in Chicago. A fantastic game between Gonzaga and the Illinois Fighting Illini with the ball, leading Gonzaga by 3 in overtime. 2:25 to play in overtime. The first overtime, there could be more.
Right now, Keller's been doing a great job. He's on the floor to using a ball screen, and they got a mismatch with Keller. He can make this. Look at this kid come up and stay. He's just been all over the floor.
What? A major collision, but no harm, no foul. Two guys are on the deck.
Everything goes. It's a Blackhawk game, right?
Is it what?
The Blackhawks. They're home ice.
Yeah, they got the ice down under the basketball court. Now 1:57 to go in overtime. 3-point lead for Illinois. Each team with 1 timeout left in overtime. Just a wild game. Gonzaga traveling 2 nights ago. They beat Oklahoma at Spokane, Washington. Came in on a charter yesterday. And everybody's wondering, would they be too tired? Well, it was Illinois who got the late wake-up call today because they were down by 21 in the first half to the Zags.
And that game went so long because the glass being broken. Sacre had a shower to get ready for this one, but Illinois just showing their interior involvement. They just took it on the chin early, recovered, and now they made themselves a factor in this game by much better defense against the Zags. On a factor, let's see, they go 2-3, the danger rebounded, but they're going to force a deep shot.
Mark Few up, calling a play. Big trip for the Zags. They need a hit here. Down by 3 in overtime. Bolden. A stroke and a beauty.
How about that kick out? It's confidence of Sacre to make that look.
Some fine work by the Zags, and they've tied the game in overtime with 1.5 minutes to go. I'm just thinking, Bill, we might have 2 of these.
Yeah, that's all right with me. Great town to be in. Down screen. Let's see who Jordan gets.
19,000 plus. Standing room only at the United Center. In and out. And the Zags come down with a rebound, looking to take the lead. And a tie game. 1:05 to play in OT.
Straight man. Ball screen. This could open if you can turn the corner.
Who's going to take the big shot? This guy's been making them all day.
He's not a flick. Who's rebound? Oh, almost up with it.
That's an arrow to the Zags.
This is a terrific effort by Con there. He's the one that kept it alive to get the jump ball.
And so now with 43.6 seconds left in overtime. And a tie game. The Zags ready to inbound the ball, and it's not easy against this Illinois defense as Bolden almost, it looked like he's trying to call timeout.
They changed his mind when Con freed himself.
Shot clock at 25, game clock at 32.
And Harrison, Sacre on the box, but they go double for Bolden. Timeout. Mark Few not really happy with what they're running.
He's got to be happy to have the ball.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you, early on, you know, Bruce was really excited with his team, and I thought the assistants did a great job just calming him down, getting his head back in the game. Jay Price, Dwayne McClain over there. He was trying to stroke them, fired him up, and he sure did.
And Matt Bolden, 3-point shot.
Look at the kick out, though. The presence by Sacre lining up, get the puppy squared. No chin whatsoever. Oh, nylon. He was ready, stepping into that jumper. Any inside out, advantage to shooter.
Been very physical, and to their credit, the officials have kept their whistles to a minimum. They're letting them their play because it's been hard hitting.
It's sure every play there's something going on, but they have managed to hold the proper decorum. But Bolden, first half quiet, but making plays. Second half really showing some insides.
Bolden, the 6'5" senior from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. 4 points in the first half, 14 in the second.
They really like to run that ball screen for him on the side. let him turn the corner. That's when the duck-in occurs. Guy that's really dangerous in this particular situation is a guy like Harris, because he's very good on the offensive glass. We've seen him tip to himself. He's got quick hops, too.
I mean, he's good on everything.
Yeah, he is. He is very good, very talented.
A lot of young standouts in this game. And now, with the game tied in overtime and 25 seconds on the game clock, 17 on the shot clock, Gonzaga ready to inbound the ball. Conley into backcourt, and it goes back over now to Dimitri Goodson, sophomore point guard from Spring, Texas.
Same play, double. They get Harris on the box.
Harris is heading to the rack. He's up and down.
Good stuff.
The shot clock is off. The game clock down to 10 seconds in overtime.
Got to go quick. See if you can offensive rebound.
McCamey, a hope. It's off. Gonzaga rebounds, and the Zags in overtime have come back to win 85-83. A phenomenal game.
Not good clock management. You go to the rim, score quickly, maybe you can get a tip in. Zags showing so much toughness. All the traveling, 36 hours later, teeing it up in OT. Woo!
They were up by 21 in the first half. They were down by 8 in the second half, and the Zags come back to win in overtime. Now for Bill Raftery, this is Don Crickey saying so long from Chicago, where the final score is Gonzaga 85 and Illinois 83. Tremendous game. Matt Bolden leading the way for Gonzaga in overtime. We'll send you to Tim Brando in our New York studio after these messages. Glad you be with us. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports, the exclusive home of the men's NCAA basketball championship.